Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am trying out a few new products or tools, whatever you want to call them. So I got some new brushes sent to me. I also used the Zoeva Nude Spectrum eyeshadow palette. So if you want to see how I achieved this look, then please keep on watching. Okay, so firstly I'm going in with MAC Paint Pot in the colour Painterly, and I'm applying this generously all over my eyelid and up to my brow bone. And taking it on the lower lash line as well. So now I'm going to go in and just set that with my MAC Pressed Powder Foundation. Now I'm going into my Zoeva Nude Spectrum palette, and I'm going in with this shade here, which has the number 150 next to it. So I'm just going to read out the numbers that are next to the shades. And I'm using this as my transition shade. So in the crease and then upwards towards my brow bone. And making sure to take it all the way to the inner corner. Even like onto my nose slightly. Because I want this to be a pretty blown out smoky eye. And just adding and blending as you go until you get the colour payoff or pigment that you want, or the intensity that you want, I should say. I just really love blown out dramatic smoky eyes. I feel like they're quite hard to achieve with my eye shape because I do have quite like loose wrinkly eyelids. Like my eyelids aren't smooth texture, they're really wrinkly textured, if that makes sense. Now I'm going to go in with the shade 50, and it's like a warm chocolate brown, that one there. And this is going into the crease area, starting from the outer corner, and then bringing it in. I'm just going to wipe some pigment off because I feel like I added way too much all at once. I'm going to take my brush that I used with the first colour and just blend that out so it doesn't look so extremely harsh. As I said, there's just a lot of going back and forth with colour and blending. That is pretty much the key to any smoky eye. So just placing 150 on the outer corner, the part that I missed. And then also going in with 50, which is the warm chocolate brown, and also placing that in the outer corner. Okay, now I'm going in with the black shade in the palette, and this is number 30, and I'm going to take that starting from the outer corner, just right in there, and then blending it into my crease. And then blending that out. And now I'm going to go in with number 20, which is a shimmery shade. And I'm taking this on a small shader brush and packing that into the outer corner. And then I'm going to go in with the shade 120. Which is more of a gold shimmery shade. The other one was more of a dark brown, I would say. And this one's going more towards the inner corner. Okay, and then I'm going in with the shade 140, which is a really light shimmery shade. And I'm going to place this into my inner corner. Look how pigmented that is. Going back in with the black shade. And I'm really just going to go back and forth with this shade until I get the intensity that I want, as much as I do on this eye. Now, once I've done that, I'm going to start on my lower lash line. So I'm going to go in with the very first shade that I used on the top of my eye, the number 150. And I'm going to put this on my lower lash line, connecting it to the outer V, and bringing it quite low because I want it to be that really blown out smoky eye. Now I'm going to go in with that chocolate brown and add it closer to the lash line, not as blown out as the last shade. Then going back and blending those two shades. Then I'm going to go in with the black shade in the palette and take that even closer to the lash line. Then just grabbing a skinnier brush just so I can get it really precise. I'm just going to bring that slightly onto my lash line. Now going in with the shade that I used on the inner corner, which is the number 140, and dragging that on the lower lash line, on the inner corner part. Just going back and blending that. And also going in with the shade 100 and putting that on my brow bone. Okay, so now I'm going to start out by moisturizing my face, and for that I'm going to use my Immortal Juvefoxo. So I'm just taking a small amount of that. Then I'm going to take my SmashBox Photo Finish Primer and also apply this to my face. Okay, and then also I'm going to go in with my Porefessional by the Balm, I think? No, by Benefit. And I'm going to apply this to areas where I feel like I have large pores, which is mostly around my nose and cheek area. And just pushing it in. So now we're all primed and I can move on to foundation. Now for foundation today, I'm going to be using my Bobbi Brown Skin Foundation in the shade Warm Beige, which is 3.5. Just going to make sure I shake that really well because this foundation is quite runny. Just squeezing some of that onto my hand. I'll do 2 pumps. Then just spreading that on my face with my finger. Then I'm actually going to take a oval brush, and these got sent to me, so I wanted to try them out and kind of give a mini review. These are obviously the cheaper alternative to those really popular oval brushes. I'm not really sure what the correct word, what they're called. Yeah, here we go. I'm just going to jump right in and try it. So this is the foundation brush. Feels quite nice on the skin. Now this foundation isn't full coverage, it's quite a light coverage, so just keep that in mind. But so far I'm digging this brush. It feels really nice on the skin. It's not irritating or scratchy, considering it is like really affordable. The set, I will leave all information in the description box so that you guys can check them out and maybe purchase some yourself instead of forking out like hundreds of dollars to buy the real set. And I also got some eye brushes in these brushes, but I'm not really sure how to use those. I have to play around with them a bit, and I didn't want to risk, you know, doing a really bad job. So I think I'm going to add some more layers of foundation. I'll just add one more pump. I like it. I like this brush. This might actually take place of my beauty blender. Because I don't know if you guys remember, but I mentioned to you that I had to throw my beauty blender out. So I'm digging this brush. Now I'm going to move on to concealer. And for that, I'm going to be using my Maybelline Master Conceal in the shade Light. I'm not sure how I feel about this concealer. Like, it's a really good drugstore, like high coverage concealer, but it does crease under my eyes quite a lot. I wanted to give it a go again. So I'm just going to dot it underneath my eyes. So I'm just putting that onto my forehead as well, down the bridge of my nose, sides of my nose, chin, and above my lip. And then taking my concealer oval brush and blending that out. I feel like it's quite awkward to get into this area because the brush is so oval. And like with my beauty blender, it's got the tip, so it's easier to get into that area. But I mean, if I didn't have my eyeshadow already done, it would have been easier to get into that area. But because I'm trying to be like super careful about it, it's a bit tricky. I am digging it. Loving these brushes. Okay, now for like contour, cream contouring, I'm going to use my Motives Cosmetics Concealer Quad. And I'm going to go in with this shade here for my nose, I think. And then this one for my cheekbones and like the perimeters of my forehead and stuff. Okay, I'm actually going to use the lip brush because I don't see how this could possibly work as a lip brush. So I'm going to use it as like my face contour. And I'm literally dipping my brush into the cream instead of putting it directly onto my face. Okay, and now I'm going to go in with the nose contour brush and contour my nose. I'm going to be using my Bare Minerals Well Rested underneath my eyes, and I feel like if I use one of these brushes, it will pack it on way too much because they're very dense. So I'm just going to be taking my Real Techniques brush instead and tapping off any excess and literally pressing that underneath my eyes and wherever I highlighted. Okay, and now I'm going to bronze using my MAC bronzing powder in Refined Golden. Once again, just using a normal brush. I think I might actually try this brush. I actually also got sent a set of these, which they look like Real Techniques knockoffs. So yeah, I might as well try that. It's nice and big and fluffy. It feels really soft. It does feel quite cheap. Not trying to be rude or anything, but it does. Like, it feels like plastic. I'm not sure how the Real Techniques ones feel because I haven't tried them ever, and I would not spend that much on brushes, especially drugstore brushes. So yeah, I'm just going to test out this one. I like it. It feels really nice on the skin once again, like the other brushes, really soft. And it distributes the colour nicely. It doesn't go patchy, which is nice. I'm really digging these brushes. I'm so happy and thankful to the people who sent me these brushes. Once again, I will leave all their details down below, links and all that good stuff, if you would like to purchase them yourself. I think I'll do blush now. So for blush, I'm going to be using the Essence Silky Touch blush in the shade Adorable. And once again, going in with one of these Real Techniques knockoff brushes. And this looks like a good brush for blush. So I'm just going to put that onto my brush, tap off any excess, and apply that to the apples of my cheeks. Okay, so I went ahead and did my brows off camera, and now I'm going to highlight my cheekbones. And for that, I'm going to be using my Anastasia Beverly Glow Kit in that glow. And I think I'll go in with Sunburst, which is the yellowy highlight shade. And I might layer as well, so because I want a really like intense highlight. Yes. How pretty. Okay, then I think I want to go into my Moonchild palette. And what shade shall I use? I think I'll use Pink Heart over the top of the last highlight. Oh my god. Yes! I love this so much. Okay, now back to the eyes. I'm going to go in with NYX Wonder Pencil in light and just line my waterline. Okay, so for the lashes, I'm going to be using my Demi Wispy Baby Wispies. My Ardell Baby Demi Wispies. And they're like the Demi Wispies, but shorter, and I'll try to show you, but I don't know if you're going to be able to see. So that's what they look like. Okay, so you probably can't tell because they are very like understated lashes. They're pretty short, and you know, I just feel like they add the tiniest bit more of volume to my normal lashes. Moving on, finally, the lips. I think I'm going to do a nude lip, or like a nudie brown type of lip. Okay, so I've decided on Velvet Teddy by MAC. So I'm going to go in with MAC Stripdown lip liner first. I kind of just sharpened it and broke it. I'm kind of annoyed. But I'm just going to line my lips with this and then go over the top with Velvet Teddy. So my camera died. I'm not sure if I got the whole footage of me putting on my lips, but if I didn't, I ended up applying some Jeffree Star I'm Nude liquid lipstick just in the centre. Hang on, I got lipstick on my teeth. Just in towards the centre of my lips, just to sort of lighten it up a little bit. So yeah, this is the finished look. I really love how it turned out. I'm extremely impressed by these oval brushes that I was sent. Once again, all details on the brushes, the website, and where to purchase them and all that will be in the description box down below, so make sure to check that out. And even though they are knockoff brushes, they do still feel quite lovely on the skin and they blended out my makeup to perfection. So I'm really, really happy about that. Also, the Zoeva Nude Spectrum eyeshadow palette is to die for. I'm so happy with how my eyeshadow turned out today. It's just really smoky and blended beautifully. The colours are gorgeous. They're colours that I would lean towards out of any sort of colours. You know, I love my nudes, browns, blacks, all those kinds of neutral shades. So I feel like this palette is good for every day and also if you're going out, because you could definitely do a more toned down smoky eye with this palette. This is my first time trying Zoeva eyeshadows because I know that I love their brushes like no other, because I use those makeup brushes in my kit. But the eyeshadow palette, I think I want to get like every single one now because I'm so impressed and I love them so much. Also, I'm digging my highlight today. It is like out of this world. Once again, I used my Anastasia Beverly Hills highlights. The That Glow highlight and the Moonchild, I paired two colours together. You'll see if you watched the video. So yeah, if you enjoyed this tutorial, please give it a big thumbs up. It helps me so much. It helps my video get out there and reach others in the world, you know, help a sister out. I love doing this. I love making videos for you guys. If you have any suggestions on future makeup looks, please leave them down below in the comments. I reply to pretty much everyone. If I don't reply, it means that I can't, because sometimes I can't reply to people. I'm not really sure why. So yeah, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already to be updated on latest uploads, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!